Bar Stool Sports.
Titus, Brandon Walker, mostly.
You all right? You waited until just now?
I did not know the mic was on. I thought I could get away with the
You
call.
coughed directly into the mic.
Well, because I didn't know the mic was on.
Bless you, T-Bob.
Thank you.
He didn't sneeze. He coughed.
He's still blessing me. There's no problem with that.
I don't think you bless people after a cough. Do you?
No, but I don't think that it's wrong to bless somebody.
Bless you,
either.
Brandon.
He doesn't just. TJ doesn't just bless somebody just to bless them.
But I mean, he did there, and I'm thankful for
Does
it.
TJ have the power to just bless?
Bless you, Connor.
I have the power.
And with
to
you,
bless.
TJ.
I married my sister.
What?
And my little brother.
What?
So I can marry, bury, and baptize.
Oh, you officiated their wedding.
Yes.
Oh,
licensed
okay.
minister.
I thought,
But not here.
What?
That's in
That's in Louisiana.
that's basically another country.
He looks 10.
It really is.
Yeah, thanks.
Ebo, you been tanning?
Yeah, me and Danny Connor have been hanging out.
Or is it just
together a
your
lot.
your earth tones that you're wearing?
It might be the earth tones. I did feel very washed out by these lights all winter, so I was very committed to getting a sunburn as soon as possible. So.
Well, you've been hitting the beach up every day?
Mm-hmm. And you know what I've been doing?
Drinking Jäger.
Drinking Jägermeister.
Yeah, you ought to. Jägermeister. How you been drinking it, by the way?
So it's been really hot outside,
Sure.
but I've been going
You've
inside.
been drinking warm Jägermeister?
No, God, Brandon.
Oh. What have you been drinking in it?
Ice cold Jägermeister.
0 degrees Fahrenheit?
Every time.
You?
I haven't had a degree of Fahrenheit
Oh my God.
Fahrenheit of Jägermeister in like decades.
We should do no Fahrenheit, no degree diets.
Yes, I also have no height.
Oh,
Are you? Is that your thing now? You're gonna make the jokes before we can get to them?
Yeah, Beat Rabbit. I learned that from T-Bob.
You're gonna
Be right,
preemptively
yeah,
get to
it's
the
good
jokes
technique,
and take
yeah.
them all off the shelf, so when we go to the store, we can't buy any.
Well, me and T-Bob are going to start doing
That's the 8 Mile.
he's going to start coaching me through life. Remember, he's going to take me under his wing
When did we decide that?
on the cookout.
And the cookout.
Oh, I don't.
I don't
He's been
actually
teaching me
remember
the
that
ways.
either. But yeah, I will teach you the ways. Do you want to know to...
Quick chant, boys. Connor, your ice cold shots.
KK.
What?
Ice cold shots.
No, you're damn. That's cold.
Damn, that's cold.
Ice cold shots.
Damn, that's cold.
Ice cold shots.
You should do high now.
Damn, that's cold.
Actually,
That plays.
sounds like a noise you would make after
So wherever you're at,
0 degrees Fahrenheit.
if you're hanging with friends or at the bar, or maybe you're doing all the sports stuff or just the mostly sports stuff, call the shots. Cheers with ice cold Jägermeister. Remember to check out Jägermeister at Jägermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jägermeister liqueur, 35% alcohol by volume, imported by Mass Jägermeister U.S., White Plains, New York. And don't think I haven't seen that sneaky little foundational piece coming back out, Connor.
Yeah. Boy goes to Mexico. He gets some pieces.
That's a
I like that
that's a
thing,
Mexican
too.
shirt.
Yeah. Mexican linen.
What? That's not a thing.
Yes, it is. It was a linen shirt from Mexico.
Yeah, but that's probably. Wait, does that mean all of our linen is Mexican? Because they're definitely using the same linen that we're using up here.
To be fair, though, you do wear linen in Mexico a lot.
Yes. And it's like I got a
It's like
Star
light.
Wars shirt in
What-
Mexico.
What was
therefore
your
it's a
What was your
Mexican
rate
Star
of
Wars
wearing linen in Mexico? Was it 100%?
No, 0% actually. But I got the shirt, so next time I go to Mexico, I could come back.
Let me check
and I'm
this
good.
tag.
Do you have any linen
Yeah,
pants?
check the tag, Ebo. Let's find. This is definitely made in China.
Oh no! Oh
Made in
no!
America?
Oh no! Bangladesh!
Oh.
Bangladesh!
I had Bangladeshi linen written all over
It did.
So you're wearing Bangladeshi linen and
Yeah, I'm a fraud.
masquerading it as Mexican linen.
I'm a fraud.
There's probably not even Mexican linen.
He bought it in Mexico, though.
Yeah. The markets there were sick. And I ran up a tab. So many pesos.
Why'd you choose to go to Mexico City and not one of the beach towns?
Because
Go to the big city?
you want to experience the culture.
I've
And
always
so
wanted to
ultimately,
see Mexico City, to be fair.
yeah, Mexico City rocks. But the last day we were there were a bunch of locals who were protesting against Americans coming as tourists and ruining the culture of the city. So I left.
Yeah, you
That's
weren't
a big expat spot.
Were you also you were going to leave anyway?
Yeah, but I was like, I just really didn't go out a whole lot.
Yeah, I
that
couldn't
last
see
day.
you blending in very well.
No, I did not.
Now in Argentina, that's a different story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you handle South America a little bit
For
better.
different
You do
reasons.
kind of look like Canelo Alvarez, though.
Oh, actually? Good call, Teach. True.
He's Mexican, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Mexican hero.
I'd like to think I did my best of like trying to blend in and speaking Spanish. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mexican,
Easy.
Mexican strawberry blonde. Just
You're like a multiple orders of magnitude less masculine looking Canelo Alvarez.
I appreciate that, T-Bob.
Like, I mean, just catastrophic levels.
Yeah,
of
I mean,
difference here.
multiple
right.
orders of
like,
magnitude. Yes.
Like the stretching the earth
Yes.
levels of magnitude.
But
Because you just look like a fucking bitch.
but it's like, it's like an androgynous. It's kind of, yeah. You just look like a female Canelo Alvarez.
There, that's where we should be.
Yeah.
Looks like a.
And I could take that.
Yeah, because, well,
What do you want to talk about, T-Bob?
I want to talk about.
I have a question, baseball related, because it didn't
I
appear.
have a lot of baseball topics I want to.
It didn't appear that you were ready for that question again.
Yeah, well, I know I didn't want to go with Rafael Devers though, and that was first on the sheet. I'd rather talk about the impending home run race
Are you
with Raleigh, Judge, Otani, and Suarez.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I
You haven't left this office since before
7:30
yesterday's show.
7:30 yesterday, I got in. It is now 10 o'clock. So what is that? 27 and a half hours?
Have you snuck in some naps?
No.
Okay. All
No,
right.
I fell asleep in between a few plays, like little micro naps on the couch. We are going on adrenaline and good vibes right now.
Y'all are absolutely terrible at that game.
Yeah.
And I don't know who's in charge of the strategy. I don't know who, but you guys were going to spend. You were going to be on the couch until you won a national title. At no point have you gotten to a team that can win a national title.
Yeah.
You've peaked at like Minnesota and Indiana. And
No.
Immediately left.
No. Iowa was our peak, but right now we're 7-0 at San Diego State.
You want to see what just happened at 7-0 in San Diego State?
Don't
They were playing Hawaii. I know that.
do not.
2
not
seconds
like
left.
this.
7-7.
No, guys, you're supposed to bring me into kick.
I told him that you could come in and
You're
do the
supposed
big
to bring
kicks.
me into kick. I've been kicking all fucking day. I've been on fire.
Kick for the win.
I'm gonna have.
Oh my god.
No way. They-
Oh my god.
Okay. Blocks. That is what it is.
He still might have missed it.
That is what it is. Yeah, no, I think he was gonna make it. That's,
By the way, I had this game is way better and way harder than it was. It's way harder. I had a kick block last night, and I was like, that was cool that they actually blocked a kick and it looked like a real block kick.
Especially in college because they block
They block kicks all the time.
Yeah.
every now and then your guy just like the exchange is slow, the kicker's slow, and your guy that square prompt appears above your head, and you have a very good chance of blocking it. But no, we've so we started playing NCAA 26 with the goal of winning the national championship.
They're not close now.
Part of the problem is me and Tate are exceedingly bad at the game, and we probably played the first 8 hours, and we thought we could just ignore recruiting, put it on auto, and jump around till we got to a good job. And so we failed from 7 p.m. till 4 a.m. there, and then Tate had to go take a nap, and so I pumped White Boy
Tate
Rick
took
up.
a nap?
Yeah, I pumped White Boy Rick up for a few hours there. I pumped White Boy Rick up. I was like, okay, Rick, here's what we're gonna do. We're at Indiana. I said from 4 to 6 p.m., we're just going to sim games, but you're going to recruit in between. And Rick sat there, and he recruited that Indiana roster for 2.5 hours with the idea that would be where we would build our championship. And then we left Indiana like a season later when Rick was asleep. we couldn't cut it. Look, there's so many problems that have been done. Because we weren't going for recruiting, then we became a tactician coach. That's been a disaster. We've had to claw our way into the recruiting skill tree. We have switched jobs almost on a near yearly basis. Again, we're not good at the game. I think I feel comfortable running 3 offensive plays. Ever since Lucas came in the mix, so things have been trending upwards.
I think that's true of Barstool Sports as a whole.
Yeah.
Ever since Lucas came in the mix.
Wait, I thought Lucas is kind of an estranged.
Yeah, so he's a neighbor.
Okay.
He's a neighbor that sometimes we can trust him to come into our house and fix things, and we'll share eggs with him.
Would you? Okay, that's okay.
But
It's a handy neighbor.
sometimes if like the cops have been called in the neighborhood, we know it was Lucas.
Well, for the first 7 hours, all Lucas did was sit there and shit on me and Tate.
Well, which is fine.
And then he took a nap, and he felt better. And ever since then, he's been fully bought into the team.
Sounds like
So
everybody
really,
took a nap, but you.
really bonded. Yeah, yeah. No naps here.
My Major League Baseball topic is this. Ebo, help explain something to me. Why do the Braves suck? They are 39-51. They are a billion games back in the East. The Mets are good. The Phillies are good. The Marlins are even ahead of the Mets. Why do
Ahead of the Braves.
Braves? Excuse me. Why do the Braves suck? Ronald Acuna came back about a month ago and was tearing up for a while. He's just been kind of okay lately. They've got Acuna, Ozzie Albies, Matt Olson, Austin Riley, who apparently just isn't good anymore.
Michael Harris.
Sean
can't hit
Murphy,
anymore.
Michael Harris can't hit anymore. Sean Murphy can't hit anymore. Ozzie Albies can't hit anymore. Why do the Braves suck? I know the pitching. I know they've had injuries and whatnot. Chris Sale's hurt right now, but they had a Cy Young winner last year. Chris Sale. Spencer Strider was coming back this year. Why do they suck?
Well, yeah, they've had a lot of injuries. A lot of people spending time in the DL from the pitching staff. Can't hit with runners in
But
scoring
they're
position.
healthy now,
But also,
right?
I mean, I don't think their pitching staff is at full strength. I mean, Strider just came back from a hamstring, so he might not be at his thing. I think Schwellenbach got hurt at some point.
Yeah.
A.J. Smith-Shawver, I believe, has also spent some time in the DL. They can't hit with runners in scoring position.
They can't hit at all.
Yeah.
Last night I decided, hey, I'm gonna look and see what the Brave score is. It was 10-0 in the third inning.
Yeah.
They're just the A's killed them.
There are people who believe they had some sort of cheating thing going on. I don't buy into that as much, but some people believe like the championship run they were on, they had some sort of edge on the field, and now it's gone.
They're missing Bobby Cox.
Why would it be gone? Why wouldn't they just keep cheating?
Maybe someone behind closed doors was like, "We know you're cheating, and if you don't, we're gonna air it out. So stop fucking cheating." It's not my hypothesis.
Bobby Cox, one of the all-time celebrities that I think passed the test, or not passed the test, but great example of is he dead or not? Because I'm
idea.
pretty sure he's alive. But if he were, he could sneak die on us.
Well,
I think he could slide a death past
by the
us.
time he retired, he was looking pretty old.
He was old. To
be fair.
Yeah.
Then again, I like to think that Bobby Cox is still out there just rocking.
Still out there.
Well, that was Leo Mazzoni.
No, I thought that was Mazzoni. That was the
Mazzoni.
pitching coach.
That was the pitching coach. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's on me then.
But
Back off.
I will
I
say
like to
this.
think that Bobby Cox is somewhere out there getting thrown out of ball games still to this day.
Now, there's what I want to talk about, because Bobby Cox, we talk about unbreakable records in sports, right? Well, now we don't have 3,000 hitters and we don't have 300-game winners, and so a lot of those records are unbreakable. I think now with as much replay as we got, and arguments aren't as often. What's the word? Frequent. Aren't as frequent as they used to be. I think the Bobby Cox's record of getting thrown out of 270-something games is unbreakable. I don't think it's breakable.
Season and a half worth of games. No, because you have to stand the test of time.
162. That's a full season.
on the dot.
Yeah, he has been ejected in one season's worth of games.
Old is active. Bruce Bochy's the closest, and he's halfway there.
No
He's
chance.
7.
And he's 70 years old.
No chance.
He's done 28 years. He's done one less year than Cox, and he's not halfway there.
Are there any young guns on this list? Like, who's like the young?
Yeah, who's the
young
up-and-comer
goat?
hothead?
Who's the young goat of hothead coaches?
Boone maybe, right? But
Boone gets heated a lot, but
how many is he on this list at all?
Francona's old.
Boone.
There's
He's
Boone's 52 though, so he's got 42. So he's on. He'd have to do.
Does he have like 30 years of managing in him though?
He'd have to do 32 at this pace. He'd have to do 32 years of managing.
If he's the manager of the Yankees in 20 years from now, I don't know if I'm watching the Yankees.
I didn't
sounds
think
like
you would be watching in 20 weeks from now if he were the manager.
Sounds like an exhausting 20-year stretch.
He is the Yankees in my youth changed managers more than any team ever.
Billy Martin
every year 5 times.
Five times?
He was fired 5 times. They changed managers every single year.
Wasn't it just Joe Torre forever though?
It was Joe Torre because they were winning.
Yeah.
Is now Aaron Boone forever, and they're not winning anything.
Oh, you're saying okay. So you're saying yeah.
It was Joe Torre forever, and he won 5 World Series.
Yeah. The
They've only
standards
had
have fallen.
3 this century, right? Am I misremembering that? It's only Girardi, Torre, and Boone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Didn't Girardi have braces?
did he?
Yeah.
Adult braces?
That sounds right.
awkward adult braces. Yeah. That's all I remember.
I don't remember Joe Girardi having adult braces.
Yeah, look it up. I'll look it up.
We don't have to look it up. I believe you. I actually like the fact that I'd like for that to be an undocumented fact.
Okay, then we won't look it up.
Yeah.
That is interesting. That is like a very different. That Hal Steinbrenner and George Steinbrenner have seemingly very different
Philosophy.
philosophies on how the Yankees should be run. Because George was like
George would have fired Aaron Boone, hired him back, hired him back.
he seemed like the ultimate micromanager and like demander of excellence. And I feel like Hal and Co now are much more about just like stability. Like they just want to keep the Yankees stable, and maybe they're not. Because they still go out and make big signings every offseason, but it doesn't really feel like, I don't know, that he's like maybe pulling the strings.
It
as
used to
much.
be like, fuck you, we're winning.
The homogenization of owners in this era of sports. We think we have some eccentric owners now, or some owners that do certain things. Like owners back in the 70s and 80s
Yeah.
were fucking asshole. George Steinbrenner is. If he existed now, the sports world would blow up on itself. Marge Schott back in the Charlie Finley, like the players just fucking hated their
Alan
owners.
Sterling.
Sterling, yes, thank you very much. There were owners back then that thought they were the draw and thought they were the be all end all.
Is James Dolan the closest to that now?
But he's just, I
He's
think
kind of
he's not like
boring, though.
the public.
it's just because he's in New York,
still
right?
Boring, though. Yeah, he's still boring.
Who is
well,
the
no, but I
number
mean,
one-
He's an asshole.
he's kind of a public asshole, but he's also not like cool.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those guys still at some point, maybe Son Sterling, they either won or they had an element of like, I'm the fucking man.
Yeah.
James Dolan's like, he yells at you and you're like, God, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I don't know that we don't have, I guess Cuban was maybe the last rock star owner.
Cuban was a rock star.
I mean, what's his face in Los Angeles?
Palmer.
Kroenke?
Yeah, Paul. Huh?
Ballmer.
Steve Ballmer. Yeah. He's like,
he's a rock
but
star.
he's like ironically a rock star, right? Because it's like, who is this like big nerdy guy who's like so invested in
No, I'm
basketball,
going to
right?
say non-ironic though, because I'm going to say that Steve Ballmer has been a kind of superstar tech maven.
Yeah.
Like he is, Steve Ballmer is like a character out of a movie or out of a book.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe he has always been on top. He's always been larger in life. I know y'all have played the Windows 95 conference video in here.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
Steve
him
Ballmer
dancing
gets
Probably.
bumped up and he
Yeah.
reportedly tears his ACL, get everybody fucking fired up with all the old school polos. Yeah. No, I'm going to say that Ballmer is absolutely a rock star owner.
We should have a once a year mostly sports conference like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
like a
God,
keynote?
Write
Yeah.
that down. That's
where we just get the family.
Bro, we're not
members.
going to do
Mostly sports upfronts?
my idea for you.
What was it?
I wanted to do a parade just around the desk right here, a dozen championship parade with just you being
Oh
pulled
yeah,
on,
we do need
we
to
should
do
do
that.
that.
on the wheelchair.
But let's look into a once a year mostly sports convention where we rally the troops. And
Mostly
where we-
sports, entertainment
sports con?
summit, yeah.
By the way, the
Family Fest?
it's actually kind of sweet. George already got braces at the age of 45 to help his daughter feel less apprehensive about him.
Oh, that is nice.
Isn't that nice? I like that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Joe. That's a good guy.
Wow.
And look at those dimples.
Also, Tori only won 4. That's a man.
Hold on, time out. All right,
Stat boy?
Time out. So he won in 96, he won in 98, 99,
Challenging a dozen
2000.
champion here.
And then so it was Girardi about 2009. That
Yes,
makes
sir.
sense. Because Tori was in LA, right? All right. Hey, I just had to think about it. Why let the boy think.
Look, Brandon, I will never question your sports trivia knowledge.
I
If you could
appreciate that.
overturn the result of one major sports final in history, what result would you overturn?
Okay, so it's ironic that we were just talking about it, but I think I would change 1996 World Series. The Braves went to Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
First 2 games, beat the fucking shit out of the Yankees. Were way better than them. Had them 2-0 going back to Atlanta. They're up 6-3, I think, in the 8th inning. They're the better team, and then Leyritz hits a home run. It all rolls downhill. The Yankees win the next 4 games. The Yankees then trigger an onslaught of the late 90s and wins everything. They become the team of the 90s. It should have been the Braves. It should have been their decade, and it all happened there. I would say that one. That's what I would change.
I would change. I would stop the Cubs from winning World Series.
Wow.
'Cause-
What an evil thing to do.
I'm just saying. It just it just kind of lost a little bit of their mystique ever since they climbed that mountain.
The lovable losers can't be losers if they're not losers.
No, and it's been it's all been kind of Disney-fied and whatnot. They just lost a little bit of their edge ever since World.
But it's kind of fucking awesome being in Chicago while they're good.
No, it's cool.
Everybody's in a good mood.
Also, if they turned into a dynasty, then I think it would have really become a problem. But the fact that it was only one, and then they kind of went back to being like this, like
Yeah,
middle
but
of the
it's
pack.
one.
type-
But it's one that broke like the streak.
right.
Here's one. I think we shouldn't have rewarded a bad coach last year in football. Obviously, the Eagles should fire Nick Sirianni. So I don't think we should probably take that Super Bowl away because nobody, not even Eagles fans, believe he's a good coach. So that's kind of a fake Super Bowl.
And to
Well,
your
it's like
point,
Doug
Brandon,
Peterson wasn't a good coach.
Yeah.
So same thing.
it might prevent them from winning more because like if you just get the one this
They're
year,
stuck with this
you're
good-
stuck with this shitty coach.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's a good point.
that might prevent them from winning 2 or 3 down the line with a better coach.
Maybe we need to keep it then.
Yeah.
It was very funny because I was listening when Saquon was on the cover of Madden and he was doing all this press. He was doing an interview with Chris Long, and they were talking, and he said after like week 4, after the 2-2 start, he and the offensive line got together, and they went to Nick Sirianni and they went to the coaching staff, and they were like, hey, we should run the ball more. And then we did, and it worked.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Worked out.
I'm just going to go ahead and guarantee you they ran the ball just as much in those first 4 games.
No, they did not.
I think that's also that feels very true to be fair.
There's just no way they didn't run the
feels
ball just as much in the first 4 games as they did going down the stretch.
Well, actually,
Saquon was good from the start. Saquon had numbers from the start. It wasn't like the first 4 games he was bad.
the Eagles weren't nearly as good from the start. Ebo, look it up.
I'm looking it up.
Actually, and obviously, I would change the national championship. I lost to Alabama 21-0.
Yeah.
In like the worst fashion ever.
Seems like you would have wanted to win that one.
Yeah. Probably would have changed my life, honestly.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Probably still be in the league today.
My buddy didn't show up to school for a week, and then the Rangers lost the World Series, I think, that same year, and they did the same thing again.
What?
My buddy.
Why is your buddy involved with the Rangers?
In
What?
LSU and Rangers.
He was an LSU Rangers fan. I think within the span of like 8 months, he just didn't show up to school for like a week straight because of both those games.
How many LSU Rangers fans are there? I guess Texas.
It's more normally it's LSU Astros. Your point is salient.
Yeah.
Like it's always LSU Astros. Houston's very close. You don't see a lot of Rangers.
Towards New Orleans, is it more LSU Braves? New Orleans is kind of in a no man's land.
Is
it Astros?
You get some Braves, but almost all of Louisiana seems to be Astros.
Really?
Yeah.
I never would have thought that. Astros seem like they're further away from Louisiana than they are. I know they're right there.
Well, and
right
also
beside
like
it.
they never had like a superstation deal, right?
Right. They
So
never
that's
had
why
the
you
Cubs
do
Braves
have your
thing.
classic Southeast Braves fandom that most Southeast states have. But no, it is. Actually, it's LSU baseball too.
Yeah.
That's
a
where
big one.
people get their baseball.
And that makes sense because New Orleans is probably as far away from outside of like Wyoming or Idaho, as far away from a Major League Baseball team as
you can be.
as you can be in the continental United States.
I don't know geography, so once again, I'm gonna take your word for it. But that sounds right.
Well, the Astros are what, 3 or 4 hours? 4 hours away. The Braves are probably 6 hours away.
Astros from New Orleans. Houston's probably more like 6,
6,
5.
6.
Bro, I don't fucking know geography.
What's
You're
okay?
tagging me in my
Have you ever
weakest
driven
subject.
places?
I've never driven to Houston. I drove Houston to Manny, Louisiana during this break, and it was 2 hours 45 minutes. That's like northwest Louisiana.
I'll be goddamn.
I'm pretty sure Houston's like 6 hours something.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
I remember one of some of my friends in college driving to Houston and driving back all within a day because you could buy the spice there, the fake weed
Sure.
there. And we were jonesing. And so
Give
they
me
drove
a-
all the way over there and back.
Give me a map of the United States on the screen, TJ.
Thank you.
I'd like to see
Nope, you don't want to play this game.
what's the metro area that's furthest away from a Major League Baseball team? Is it?
Charlotte?
Green Bay.
That's
Oh, no,
just,
it's gonna be
that-
something- it's gonna be
that's
something out
that's
west,
just a
though.
crazy map to pull up. This is this is the map on a first grade wall.
Give me a map of the United States.
I still don't know where we
There
are
it is.
right now on the map.
TJ, can you pull up that one map that I saw on Sporkle like 9 years ago that has like
What do you want?
No, it's
The
fine. Pull
second
that back up.
smallest
Pull
town
that
in
back
the
up.
city.
What are you asking?
Obviously, I wanted cities too.
Okay. Metro. So you
Gonna
wanted
be a
a
little
map of
busy.
the United States metro areas, not states.
Sure.
I mean, to TJ's point, this map of yours is probably going to be a little busy.
I needed to be busy.
Okay. I'm just making sure we're all on the same page.
Areas by population. Does that work for you?
You know what? Just never. Okay, this is
Jeez,
okay.
yeah.
This is all right. So New Orleans there is
It's the bottom of the boot, Bo. Where's Houston?
it's the yellow.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. And then the next team is Atlanta, which is the brown over there.
Where's
is
Chicago?
Austin?
Are we the green up by the water?
Yes. What?
We're 3.
Yeah, we're 3.
Hell yeah.
They're ranked.
Damn, look how far I moved. That's crazy.
So 48 over there is not really close. So I'm assuming that's Salt Lake City. So Denver's their closest baseball team. Or San Francisco.
Buffalo.
No, it's Denver.
50. That's interesting.
But Buffalo's near Toronto. So-
Whatever's going on in that upper left portion of the country.
Well, that's
Whatever
Seattle and
states those-
Portland.
No. Little right of that. Whatever those
Oh,
states
yeah.
are.
Like Montana.
Yeah.
Like Montana, but those don't even count because there's just no. They know nothing's out there. They know when you go out there, nothing's out there.
I don't think there's speed limits in Montana.
If you're in New Orleans, you're like, I should go to a Major League Baseball game. Fuck, it's 6 hours away.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Go to a Saints game. You
imagine
watch
they put a
Tyler
ballpark-
Shuck.
Ballpark in Montana.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That'd be sweet with the mountains in the back.
The fucking-
Salt Lake City should get a baseball team. And
the Bozeman Blue Sox?
why the Blue Sox?
I don't know.
The Bozeman Bears. Keep it like the Grizz. Little,
The Bozeman Bears.
yeah.
But there's already Cubs.
The Bozeman Grizzly Bears.
Why not Grizzlies?
Yeah, Bozeman Grizzlies. I was trying to do an alliterative thing, but you're right.
Alliteration aside.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like, you're right. Like, Bozeman, Bozeman Grizzlies play great. Go Grizz.
Bozeman Grizzlies. So we're officially, when it comes to Major League Baseball expansion, we're putting our weight, mostly sports, behind Bozeman.
I would put my weight behind Bozeman in almost any real estate development deals, any business development.
Okay, all right.
It's untapped territory. Are we, like, y'all want to do? Have y'all thought about getting into fracking?
I've thought about getting into fracking. We've talked about fracking before.
It's very lucrative.
Connor was against it.
It's very lucrative. Why'd you go hug a tree, nerd?
Yeah.
I never said
Trying to shatter some rocks. And
Apparently-
steal these precious fucking fossil fuels.
Apparently there was fracking on Naboo and Star Wars.
I was
mean, you know, actually, if you really want to get into this most recent season of Andor, I mean,
Jesus Christ.
look at what happened to
Gorman,
Gorman.
Yeah.
Gorman.
the master.
They're just running out of the ability to create names.
No.
places.
Don't talk to me
Gorman?
about Gorman. Gorman is one of the best Star Wars creations that we have had in the last 20 years.
Gorman? What is Gorman?
It's a planet full of...
They're just naming things out after mediocre 80s baseball players
It's a
now.
planet based on textile imports that are made by giant cave spiders, but they actually have a very rare earth mineral underneath their surface that not a lot of people know about.
How's it earth mineral if it's a different planet?
Well, mineral. Rare rock mineral, I should say. It's kind of like the Ukraine. Thought we were helping him for free.
Gorman is a planet known for its beautiful landscapes and thriving textile industry, particularly its production. I obviously can't see it. It's way over there.
The spiders make the cloth. The
What?
spider silk makes the cloth.
Well, do the spiders get paid?
No, it's a natural process. They're like farm animals, but you never actually see them. That's not why the empire was there.
You never see the spider?
I know. Trust me. I guess you see them in like a training video, but you never yeah.
No.
If there was a
are
massive
the Gorn.
spider that lived in your house, would you want to see it or would you not want to see it?
I've allowed spiders to. I've allowed massive they're not banana spiders. We always grew up calling them banana spiders.
Garden spiders?
Yeah, I've allowed them to chill forever because
They take care of the bugs.
yeah, they take care of bugs and they're really cool looking and really big.
Yeah, the yellow ones?
Yeah, and yellow and black
Yellow
ones.
and black ones. They make great webs, and they put it right in your fucking door frame.
Yeah, I remember I had one that was with me for the whole month of October.
Yeah.
and it was seasonally appropriate. It was
Yeah.
great.
Oh, those are all over the South.
But I did
just
learn,
keep them around.
I did learn though we don't. So I grew up calling those banana spiders, but banana spiders are extremely venomous.
We call them garden spiders.
Okay, they're garden spiders,
Now, I don't know what they really are. That's just what we call them.
bro. They get big.
And they're just giant. It'd be 5-6 feet across these webs.
Yeah.
To walk out in the morning, and then the dew of the morning is just glistening on the web. What a beautiful sight. Chicken snakes are the same way. You need to keep them around.
It's a chicken snake.
Chickens because they
The
eat
rat snake.
chicken snakes and rat
And
snakes.
Star Wars is the one just making names up.
Chicken snakes and rat snakes both eat poisonous snakes.
I saw some water snakes over the break.
Did you?
No cottonmouths though, so we good.
Yeah, but they look like them.
Yeah, but they got the round eyes.
The brown water snake will scare the shit out of you because
Oh, yeah.
he looks like a cottonmouth, but
Because
they're bigger
we were
too.
swimming, all the kids were swimming, and I tried to be not tell the kids that there's a snake right there.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big issue swimming in the South is that there's, especially if you go in a lake, there's just
Gigantic issue. Yeah.
I haven't run
But in the
into
water,
it
they're
a
not too
ton.
much going to bother you.
Yeah, I've run into it a ton, but also I'm not swimming in the back little coves and cuts and inlets.
Oh, I do.
We have
We have alligators in Tibby Creek now. You go fishing? You ever go fishing?
not often, but I love it when I do.
So instead of getting in the water and being scared of the snakes, we would always, our boat would be just on the side of the lake, right?
Yeah.
And it's turned over so it doesn't fill with water.
Yeah.
Well, you better kick the side of that boat before you flip it over because you
That's
flip it over and shit might go crazy under there.
that's how my old man got bit by a black widow growing up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I got bit by a brown recluse.
Whoa, no way! I thought my kid got bit by a round recluse. We took him to the ER the other day.
Yeah, really.
But did your flesh go necrotic?
What?
That's my scariest. I'm always worried about getting bit by a brown recluse and then a hole rotting in me.
It's a little. You can barely see it now.
So I talked to the doctor and he said the vast majority of cases don't go necrotic.
No, I went to the doctor. It was about 2 days after I got it, and I was just dead. I was just I was in the waiting room, just laying there.
How old were you?
I didn't want to stand up. I didn't want to. And
How old are you though?
I
Sorry,
was
I need to set
20,
the image.
26.
Okay.
2005. And I walked into the doctor's room, and he said, "What do you think's wrong?" And I think a spider bit me. And he says, "Where?" And I show him and said, "It sure did." He goes and he gets a syringe and a steroid, goes right to it, puts it in there. 2 hours later, I'm backflipping.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I'm just kicking it. Steroids, best thing we ever invented.
Shout out medicine.
Pussy.
You know, Fishing Garrett.
Well, we didn't invent pussy.
You
God
follow
did.
Fishing Garrett?
The guy who goes in the Everglades,
Yeah.
and swamp puppies.
That guy's insane.
Did you see, he's gonna die one day? No. Did you see what he stumbled upon the other day in Florida? Look
No.
at that.
Is
What
that
do you
the
find?
Snake video?
Hey guys, I'm in the Florida Everglades and I just found a Florida.
Whoa,
panther.
an actual.
This is extremely rare. I've seen dozens, but I've never been able to get this close. Hey, beautiful.
Oh
Have
my
you seen
God.
this
Bro, you
20-footer?
cannot fuck
Don't
with
be
a
scared.
big
I'm not
cat.
gonna yoink you. I'm glad you got away from that busy road. Very few people have ever got this close to a wild Florida panther. I definitely feel honored to see this ghost of the Everglades. Back to the main mission.
And he'll just yoink this one.
Right here we have a very skinny 10-foot long Burmese python. These
Good
invasives got to go. Caught this swamp puppy chowing down on a juvenile black-crowned night heron. Love to see natives doing their thing. Boop. A highly venomous cottonmouth. Another non-native.
Highly
Yoink.
venomous
It's a veiled
cottonmouth.
chameleon. He's non-native, but I don't think he has much of an impact. When you can speak crocodilian, these American crocodiles will come right over to you to say hi. Ooh.
This guy.
Yoink.
Like-
It's an Everglades rat snake.
It
This
is.
is honestly a first for me. But it's okay, it doesn't hurt at all. This swamp puppy looks like he's coming right
Jesus.
for me, but he's just trying to get in this culvert pipe. And he bumped his snoot. I honestly felt so bad, but they do this all the time. They're a whole lot tougher than us, but I still feel bad. There's not always a need to yoink everything. It's just important to make sure these natives cross the road
Is that a
safely.
coral snake?
This guy's not moving fast enough. Yoink. Get out of the road,
God.
Saltmarsh. The mosquitoes are crazy out here in the Everglades. Bugs don't bother me, but there is a point where it gets annoying. Yoink. This is a giant green water snake.
This
Found
is
swamp
one
puppy
video?
chilling on the
Yeah.
road. You
So
look
probably in one
comfortable.
night.
Ooh, a tropical orb weaver.
So that's just a spider.
What are you
Hey
doing,
guys,
dude?
I'm in the Florida Everglades.
He's crazy.
It is crazy.
How did that panther allow him to get so close?
I don't know, because that thing looked pissed. It is insane to me how comfortable redneck, like my Cajun friends
Yeah.
used to go out at the boat at night. I would never get out of the boat, and they would jump on alligators in the water at night. They go spot him, jump on him, and wrestle him.
Oh, they do the spotlight where you
Yeah.
see the eyes
Yeah.
poking up out of the water.
Yeah,
That's a scary sight.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why the fuck would you get in brown water that you can't see through and wrestle an alligator just because you're like, hey, we're just having fun?
Well, I don't see color when it comes to water.
Wow.
I didn't even know Florida Panthers were real. Maybe I'm
No, they
ignorant about.
just won 2 straight Stanley.
I know. I thought that the team name
Thought
was
it was-
just
you thought they were
cool.
fraud?
I didn't realize that there were actual Panthers in Florida.
It's like, you can be hiking in California and see a mountain lion.
Yeah.
It's fucking terrifying. You don't ever want to run into a big cat. How wild
The
that
cats will
feels.
fuck you up.
Like maybe the only thing worse would be a grizzly.
A moose?
I think.
Angry
I
moose
think
would be bad.
I'm trying to think of a
Commenting?
world where running into a big cat's worse because a grizzly's not gonna sneak up on you. Like I feel like a grizzly, there's not gonna be an element of surprise. You could just be face to face with a mountain lion and not know it.
Yeah, that's fair.
You could be like, oh, what's in this?
Well-
Oh, fuck.
Generally when you see the big cat, it's already too late.
Yeah.
Have you all seen how many people tigers have killed since the 1800?
No, I
Look
really
this up on
haven't.
Wikipedia.
Aren't hippos the deadliest though? Hippos will fuck
That's
you
what
up.
I've always heard, but
If they high
tiger
kill rate,
You think it's
insane.
maybe bad PR for hippos? Somebody's trying to take hippos down?
I think they've trampled a lot of people, and I know they're aggressive. But again look up the tiger kill count, and I'm how much does it say?
373,000 people.
That's insane.
Jesus, that's like Albuquerque.
That's fucking insane. See, tigers kill people a lot more often than you think. I think it's because like India probably has a shit ton of people. Like, have you ever seen the video of the guy on the scooter? He's just like riding around, and then the tiger comes out of the jungle, tries to get him.
Wow. it's a
And
lot of people.
tigers can get a taste for man flesh. Like
Really?
that movie Ghost in the Darkness, first rated R movie I ever saw. That was about lions.
I think the first rated R movie I ever saw was probably Beverly Hills Cop.
I never seen it.
Saw it when I was 5.
Zombie
That was rated R?
Almost certainly. A
I
lot of
believe
F bombs.
Beverly Hills.
Maybe it
Cop
wasn't.
2
It is.
was the highest grossing film of 1987. Brandon, you might know.
Yeah, it probably was. I'm thinking Dirty Dancing, maybe Wall Street. No, no. Fatal Attraction might have been. It's either Fatal
Number 3.
Attraction or Beverly Hills Cop 2.
It's Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Let's go.
Fatal Attraction is 3. What's number 2?
I should know this. I should know this.
This is my favorite type of show where we just meander. Top 3 rated movies, selling movies.
Lethal Weapon 2.
Oh, no, Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon.
It's one of the Lethal Weapons.
It's not 2, it's 1. That final answer.
Incorrect.
All right, not final answer. I got a new answer coming.
Lethal Weapon is 8.
The Untouchables.
The Untouchables is 4.
Damn, good knowledge.
1987.
1987. So that's the year of.
Connor, you know this.
All right. So Top Gun was 86. Cocktail was 88. All right. Big was 88.
It's gonna drive me crazy when you say it.
Dirty Dan. It's not Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing is not on the list.
Okay.
No, Dirty Dancing is 16.
Oh wow. Okay.
Dirty Dancing wasn't a box office smash?
Did you say Fatal Attraction?
I did. It's number 3.
Number 3, my lord. I'm hearing Lucas missed again.
Why is he kicking?
Why are they kicking?
I gave them permission for you to come kick.
Why are they kicking?
Focus right now.
Yeah, sorry.
We can't move until we get the number 2, the second highest grossing movie of
Shanked a 19-yard field goal.
1980. 19 yards. Spaceballs didn't make that much money.
Great movie though.
Spaceball.
I see your swatch is as big as mine.
Mm-hmm.
Spaceballs is number 24.
Three Amigos was 86.
Yep, and Empire would have been 85 or 86.
Empire what?
Indiana Jones?
No, there was not an Indiana Jones. That was 81, 84, and 89.
Indiana Jones should be bigger.
Also, Empire was 1980.
Sorry, I meant Jedi. That would have been like 85 though, I think.
83. Fuck.
God damn. Big Star Wars guy.
No, I do not watch Star Wars.
He missed it and they cut the camera away while he missed it.
Jeez Louise. Okay. All right. It just went through my mind and the left.
What's the movie with Chris Farley where he's a big fat ninja?
Chris Farley was like 11 years old.
Oh, you're thinking of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh,
yes.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Fuck. Is that it?
No.
No.
I love Plane, Trains, and Automobiles.
What was that year, though?
Not even. That's 29.
Shout out John Candy.
Yeah, that came out in like Chris.
An incredible range
November
displayed in that movie.
You know what's
and emotional?
The underrated John Candy movie, The Great Outdoors.
Wait. Yeah. Okay. I was getting confused for a second thinking of Black Sheep. I've never seen The Great Outdoors.
You should see The Great Outdoors.
I should also see Uncle Buck.
Yeah, you should see Uncle Buck. You should see the entire John Candy catalog.
I know.
You want me to help you out?
Yes.
I'll start counting them down from 10.
No, because I
It'll eliminate movies out of your brain.
yeah.
Number 10 is Predator.
Predator. Sure. Okay. All right.
Okay,
Number 9, The Witches of Eastwick.
This is terrible. Oh,
bad movie.
hold on. Moonstruck?
No.
Fuck. All right. Continue.
192. Moonstruck. Came out in December, so that's probably why.
Didn't have a lot of time.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Number 8.
I gotta scroll back up. You just made me scroll really far down.
I didn't make
Number
you.
8, Lethal Weapon.
Okay. So
Keep going.
there that one is.
Number 7, Stakeout.
Mhm.
Number
Golden Child?
6, The Secret of My Success.
It's Michael J. Fox.
Number 5,
Uh-huh.
3 Men and a Baby.
Number
Number 4, The Untouchables.
3.
Fatal Attraction.
Number 1.
Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Mm-hmm. And what's number 2?
Miss Doubtfire.
No. God damn you. What is it? Just tell me.
Platoon.
Oh, motherfucker.
Good fucking movie. I'm surprised it was number 2 grossing movie though.
I
That
thought
feels
Platoon
like
came out in 86.
that still feels like a movie that would have done great.
Oh, it did
critically,
come out in
but
86.
not made crazy money. Oh, but it came out in December 19th of 86, I guess.
Did you like Platoon or Full Metal Jacket? Have you seen either?
Yeah, I've seen both.
And look at the number of theaters.
I'm a massive Kubrick fan, so I've seen Full Metal Jacket more. I don't think I've seen Platoon since high school. But I remember being blown away the first time I saw Platoon, like, oh, shit, man.
I only watch Full Metal Jacket until they get off out of training.
Yeah.
Once they kill the drill instructor, I'm out. See ya.
You kind of remind me of Private Pile a little bit.
Sport clips. This segment presented by Sport Clips. This summer, the sun's out, and so are the fresh cuts at Sport Clips Haircuts. It's the perfect place to cool off and watch some sports on TV while also getting a precision haircut from stylists who just get it. They've been specially trained to cut men's hair. Take your haircut to the next level. When you ask for the MVP haircut experience, it comes with a hot steam towel and a 7 pressure point massaging shampoo that is sure to make you melt into your chair. And for this summer only, you can swap out the classic hot steam towel for a refreshing chilled towel. It's an icy alternative that's the perfect way to defeat the heat. Sports Clips, it's a game changer. And I'm guessing that last line there is setting up me to talk about the game-changing moment of the week.
Oh, hell
yeah. Is
yeah.
that true? Well, I'm going to go ahead and take you to last night because I haven't seen this video. But I know that it happened, and when it comes to game-changing moments for Sport Clips, I would imagine a walk-off, 3-run, inside the park home run, down 2 in the ninth, is as far up there as you can possibly be. Ebo, thoughts?
That's gonna be the coolest way to win a game, right?
Walk-off inside the park home run?
I feel like that's way cool. That's way cooler than actually hitting like a grand slam because the moment starts to build as people anticipate. Oh my God, he's about to.
I think
you see the bounce that the ball took?
Walk-off grand slam is pretty tough to beat, though.
Can we get an audit on
Yes,
the,
but
the call?
Walk-off grand slams are still more common.
Oh, yeah,
It's the rarity factor, and especially the fact that it was a 3-run walk-off
Wasn't
inside
solo.
the Parker to win 4-3.
They were down.
when you were down 3-1. Like that's actually insane.
Have we got that?
Audit on the
Maybe. I think you think that for sure because of
We
the
just saw
Ichiro
one.
one. The Ichiro one is kind of like ingrained in people's brain, I think.
Well, I would like
During the All-Star game?
somebody tell me that. Oh, what's the number one park for inside the park home runs? Like,
Yeah.
Wrigley's terrible for it because it's just not enough
got
variation. Yeah,
There's also no weird bounces, and the Ivy takes it out of play.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
The only
offensive.
weird part, yeah.
Fenway doesn't really have them either, does it?
It does.
It's
it
got that triangle out in center.
Yeah.
So like Wrigley would be the best at an egg toss competition, and
In what sense?
Candlestick would be the worst.
Kaufman has the most
Soft hands.
You're calling it Candlestick? It hasn't been Candlestick in 35 years.
Bro, I don't know, man. I'm just out here taking shots, I'm putting shots on net and seeing what goes in.
Listen, as long as you get the ball to the rim, I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go get it. I keep forgetting you've been up. You've been here for 27 and a half hours.
Yep.
You're doing remarkable for that fact, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I just keep drinking Stella Blue coffee.
Did somebody say the fact that I was looking for? TJ said something, and I
Kaufman has the most since 2001 with 16.
Kansas City.
Those gaps are big.
That's regular season. Doesn't include the one in the World Series.
Is that also
That's the most like spacious outfield.
is that also style of play at all? Or like they just have more players or that
Little
have
slappies. Little slappy ball.
I just think it's so like if you're I think it's so deep to the right center gap that if you like hit one and a guy's like tracking to the wall and he runs to the wall, like that's like inside the park.
So that's a cavernous ballpark.
Yes.
I used to do polo grounds in the MLB video games and then just try and hit a bunch of inside the park home runs because center field is like 6,000 feet.
This was the first catcher in 99 years to hit a walk-off inside the park home run.
That guy was a catcher?
Yes.
Way too fast.
Batting under
Way too
200 for
fast
the
to be a
year, by the
catcher.
way.
I also don't know if that stat I sent to the group chat yesterday is real or not. I just saw it and thought it was interesting.
Connor, real quick, you don't seem to be reacting to this as being as cool as you ought to.
Yeah, what's wrong?
Because
The Phillies are still in good shape. It's fine. They can lose a game here or there.
So
it's just that Oracle Park, whenever we go play there, we are just doomed, and we invent new ways to lose every single time. It's been the past 10 years. We can never win a game. This was like
He means Candlestick.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Oracle Park.
Prince Fielder has more inside the park home runs than D. Gordon, Ricky Henderson, Kenny Lofton, Juan Pierre, Ichiro, and Billy Hamilton.
What was Pierre's first name?
Juan?
So I think Wrigley, I guess, used to have like a ton.
Yeah.
That was because it was just a rope.
True.
So I think the ball would just roll out of the rope and it wouldn't go over the fence. So that'd be an inside the park home run. But that's not.
Sure.
They have
That's
fences
telling me
now.
to let you know, Brandon, that they're now using glitch plays and that Lucasi has missed 3 field goals.
Yeah, we did get somebody on Twitter provide us with an entire glitch playbook that we were going to start to explore. Try to find a way to win.
You know, at this point, just cheat. Do whatever you got to do. Just get out of that fucking room.
Just playing rookie. Just playing rookie.
Just play it on.
No,
first.
They're about
can't.
to maybe have to move up to Heisman.
Yeah, the problem is they're probably closing in on 30K, and once 30K hits, we have to bump up to Heisman, and then it's just
25-7 right now.
you're stuck forever, just in purgatory.
Bob, what's your T-Bob? What's your game-changing moment of the week? Sorry for calling you Bob.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I was actually gonna
Answer the
do
question, Bob.
The 3-run walk-off, but instead I will do the fact that only twice in MLB history have we had a season in which 3 players have hit 50 or more home runs. And right now we're on pace to have 4 hit 50 or more home runs. And the game-changing moment would be the fact that when Cal Raleigh hit his latest home run, he passed up my guy, King Griffey Jr., for the most home runs ever by a Mariner for the All-Star break.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
the big
crazy.
dumper.
This guy's 36 now?
36.
He's 65.
This is crazy.
Aaron Judge is apparently the only player before the All-Star break to amass 119 hits and 33 home runs. Was he a combination?
Wait,
of
who are
two
the
numbers?
4 players? It's
Okay,
Raleigh,
sorry, no,
Raleigh, Judge, Otani,
Yep.
and yada yada.
It was in the document.
It's on your sheet.
You see the
I'll look it up myself.
do a hard zoom on Cal Raleigh's ass.
Yes, yeah, I have that video as well. That's a great video. I mean, you see why they call him the big dumper. That's a look at that thing. That's a fat ass bulb.
That's
I would have loved to hear what the
It's
director
fine. It's
said.
fine.
a pretty good
It's
ass.
fine.
Go ahead and zoom in on his
See,
big
okay,
ass.
Brandon.
guys, BBLs have warped your
I mean, it's a
mind.
decent ass.
I mean,
Don't downplay that.
That waist ain't snatched though.
Has he
Like,
always had
look at
that?
the
Like,
man
that's
next
just-
to him. Look at the man. Yeah, it's because his waist isn't snatched. So it doesn't stand
Yeah.
out.
Has
but
he
like,
always been caked up like this though, or did he develop like what? Has he always been big dumper?
Yeah.
Or just now anointing him big?
No,
Well,
because
you can't do it when he's like a kid.
Big
Yeah.
Dumper was his nickname. Not growing up, but I think coming up in the minors.
Okay.
He got
So
the nickname.
he got to the minors. They're like, God damn.
It's fat ass.
Okay.
You know
You
those,
shoot with that thing?
those Dominicans love fat asses.
Was he what?
He's Dominican.
Me gusta.
He's been to Mexico City.
I don't. There's a decent chance he doesn't know what he just said.
Me gusta.
I like.
And me gusta.
What do you rate this outfit he's got on?
Who's Connor?
Yeah.
Cody's clip farming his outfit today.
Yeah, Cody ran back.
We-
Yeah.
Cody's just trying to be Cody now.
He's wearing a quarter zip with no shirt and flip flops with no socks, and his toes are shiny today.
I will say after we get, I tried to call Mark Titus on the air yesterday to report Cody's bullshit, and
Yeah, this was great.
Mark Titus texted maybe an hour later and said, "Sorry, baby was sleeping on my chest. I assume it was for some dumb shit with Connor and or Cody." And he was right. It
Wasn't me this time.
No, it was Cody.
Yeah.
By the way, it's Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah. Yes.
Did we say that?
Eugenio.
Eugenio?
That's how I say it.
That makes more sense.
Suarez. Actually, Connor, you're our Mexican correspondent. Could you say that name for us?
See? What was it again?
What?
Eugenio Suarez.
Were you not just sitting here?
Eugenio Suarez?
Eugenio Suarez.
Eugenio Suarez.
You're a sneaky good voice guy.
Hey,
I don't think it's sneaky. I think he's just.
Just a good voice guy?
He
Hola,
It's like a Mack truck of
Carali.
voice.
Let's make it a grande dumper.
Can you do the Love Island voice? Can you be the Love Island
I'm trying
guy?
to think how that guy sounds.
Nice.
Oh, wait, hold on.
It's a bit Aussie.
Give me like, okay, just help me with a pun to say, and then I'll try it.
Say, I don't know. They're fucking clever.
Wait, what is he? He's a little. No. If I heard, can I hear it and then do it?
Say like a hot new bombshell has entered the villa. Just do that.
Nice.
The hot new bombshell is into the villa. No, it's not it. I went to Australia.
That was like Foster's.
Yeah. Foster's.
Australian for beer.
Yeah. So Ebo put a pretty cool story in here.
Well, I was about to go to college football, but yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just got one quick fun fact.
Sure.
So Otani smacks a home run on Mizorowski, and then Mizorowski goes on to strike out 12.
Yeah.
Do you know the last pitcher to strike the Dodgers out 12 times in a single game?
I sure do.
Who was it?
Yep. Randy Johnson.
Shohei Otani,
Oh,
2023.
that's crazy.
Isn't that fun?
That's fun. That really is a fun.
Yeah, that's I know. That's all I wanted.
That's fun as hell, right?
We can
there.
move on.
Also, it's fun that Shohei Otani is. He's inching back, but he might be a better pitcher than he was before he went on Tommy.
Really?
Got Tommy John, and he's got new pitches. He's got a new slider.
When do these guys get all these pitches?
I know he's not even really throwing the split finger yet, which is was the best pitch in baseball at one point.
I saw a thing last night where the Milwaukee Brewers pitched 4 guys last night against the Dodgers. The average fastball velocity was 99.6 miles an hour in the 4 guys. It's the highest average fastball velocity for multiple pitchers ever in a game for a team since the StatCast era.
See,
I believe I'm getting that right. Everybody 4 guys, they're all throwing 100.
That's why Cade Anderson from LSU is going 1-1.
Was he up in 100?
No, he throws like 94.
This is.
But you know what they say in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Just
97 slider should be banned.
That's not right.
That ain't right. Look at
So this guy.
Love a fucking pitching overlay. God, I love you, pitching ninja.
So are we getting?
fuck this.
We're just getting the new schemes every year now.
Well,
Fuck this.
there's a bunch of guys that have just been like stuff maxing.
Mm-hmm.
Maxing stuff.
Sure. Yeah.
Feel me out here. The stuff maxing.
Why'd you say feel me out?
Because he's stuffing.
Okay.
Or stuff maxing.
That's what I do when I wear tight shorts.
A lot of there's a whole generation of pitchers who never learned how to pitch, but they stuff maxed and they got like incredible fastballs, like whippy ass sliders. Like this generation is coming up, and it's like, all right, we're gonna get the Mizrowskis of the world who might have like, I don't know, incredible strikeout numbers, like prolific, whatever. But there also might be the Cade Andersons of the world.
I hope there's room for the Cade Anderson.
I think there's a very much an opportunity for people to zag.
I do think we need a big time zagger.
We need
a Greg Maddox
to
show up, throwing 91 on the paint every single
But
pitch.
the problem with becoming the guy that needs to zag and be
You need to
use control, you have to be very like skilled.
Yeah, all you have to be is like as
a lot of
accurate as the
finesse.
most accurate pitcher of all time.
They're also just never going to give that guy a chance.
Yeah.
That guy's not going to be able to develop. Are there any zaggers in the league right now? Are there any 89s?
Where is the switch pitcher? Isn't he in Double A or Triple A?
Oh yeah, he's doing good.
He missed
Old Mississippi State boy?
Yeah.
State.
Sinja? What's his name? Gerangelo
Senja.
I mean, the Orioles are using Tomo Sagano this year, who is kind of like that. He's had good starts, really bad starts, but he kind of does that where he just like he throws 91 and tries to hit the black every time, like come back two-seamer. But he's also like 41 years old, so that's kind of the thing. I don't know. I don't think any young guy will be like a finesse pitcher.
Nobody's training to do that.
Yeah.
No, they're just stuff maxing.
Like if you top out at like 92 and you're in college, you just try to play shortstop at that point.
He's in high A.
I guess 92 in college is fine, but
they think they can teach it too.
Oof.
What?
I mean, Mizrowski.
That's fine. He's just in his first year.
Also, I love that we can just call him the Miz.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I like Durant.
There's already.
I like this picture the Aqua Sox chose. They did both. That's good.
He,
Shout out to Pat Vendetti.
He just started his career. Let the man develop. Can we do that? Connor Griffin, by the way,
No, he's
might be the best player in baseball history.
number one prospect.
Already?
He's already climbed the ladder.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be insane. Can't wait.
He should be in the league pretty quickly.
I hope so.
He's still only 18 years old.
30.
Yeah, he's awesome. Look at his 48 stolen bases or 40. I can't tell. He's filling the stat sheet.
What are these batting gloves called, Ebo? Bruce Bolt?
Batting glove?
Fuck if I know. I don't know. Yeah, Bruce Bolts.
I have an announcement before we get to our college football topic. We might have to go 2 hours today. You want my announcement to come out of the ad?
No, you could announce it.
Bruce Bolt.
I broke 90 yesterday.
Whoa. See, guys, keep trying.
What'd you shoot in the back nine?
44 on the front, 44 on the back.
Let's go, dude.
Fo.
Tipping on
Fofos?
fofos.
But
the fofos.
Fofos, I'm tipping. What's the number?
44?
No, what's Mike Jones' phone number?
Oh, wait, hold on. 80
No.
880 hit Mike Jones up.
Right.
365. I don't remember.
281-330-8004. Hit Mike Jones up on the low.
Yeah.
Because Mike Jones about to blow.
I'm Mike Jones.
Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot.
Hoes all on me. You know who doesn't getting enough love? Slim Thug. He was good with that group.
I thought you were going to say Mincy.
Oh, he gets plenty.
Yeah.
He gets absolutely plenty.
Yeah,
by the
Ryan.
way, that motherfucker was. I go to bed last night, and every tweet was like, "Getting hot, getting hot, getting
He was
hot,
getting hot.
getting hot,
He was
getting hot." Busted.
He played
Yeah.
I think he played a $300,000.
But that's when the stream turned. Mincy was up to like 250K chips. He was kicking ass. And then he busted out and everything went south.
Well, you probably shouldn't have folded those aces yesterday.
God, dude. What
This
is
is-
fucking
this is-
video by Quiggs?
Quiggs is
This is the craziest edit I think I've ever seen.
I don't want to suck him off, but Quiggs go.
live stream.
You gotta have something
and
else.
Look at this. Mintz under the gun finds pocket aces in the small blinds.
Donnie, I gotta go. This
Yeah,
is a
Michelle,
blunder. Huge
stand up,
blunder
kid.
here.
Not even going to try to make something happen off the
2000?
tight image.
That's just a little inexperience, as some people have noted some of the tight folds from Mincy thus far, like ace-9 suited, just hitting the muck.
And Mincy so far has just been folding a VPIP of 14%, so he's only played 14% of hands, which is among the lowest at the table. So
If anyone wants to understand what VPIP means, it means voluntarily put chips in the pot.
I legitimately watched that and I thought, did Quicks just do a straight video? Did he not do a joke here? I thought, oh, wow, this is just the video.
I thought he had like, I was like, okay, maybe he got like an AI voice system and like used the announcer's voice. But no, I guess he found audio from other clips, combining it all together. That is fucking devious.
The aces flipping over looks legit.
It all looks legit, like top to bottom. Like if it wasn't such an absurd hand to fold, you would not be able to tell that was doctored up in any way.
No.
But again, thoughts and prayers to Mincy. That was a tough bust.
Oh, fuck him.
Star of the cookout.
Anyway, I broke 90 here.
That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah. And
Did
I
it feel
would have
good?
done. I was on pace for like 86, and I just blew up the last 3 holes because I got to number 16 tee, and I'm like, man, I could even just fuck up and still break 90, and I just tremendously double bogey.
Well, I mean, look, you could have fucked it up worse though. You could have done all that hard work and then not broken 90.
I could have.
So all's well that ends well.
Sure. I'm gonna break 85 next.
No way.
Look at you, 85. I'm coming. What does that smell? What are you smelling?
You smell good.
Thank you.
Are you wearing Legends? Stetson?
Of course, I'm wearing Legend Stetson.
We got a fragrance.
I'm a Stetson legend.
For Legends only. It says that your dad's cologne, Stetson Legend, was crafted for the next generation of Stetson man, the modern-day trailblazer who has a new standard of sophistication.
Go into more like an old Western narrator voice.
Stetson Legend is a warm, sexy, addictive, captivating fragrance for men, inspired by the American West. Stetson Legend powered by notes of upcycled cedarwood and wild desert sage. The bold and refined fragrance also combines citrus, prickly pear, and black pepper with some mesquite and worn leather. It's anchored by a rich base of sandalwood for a lasting, sophisticated finish. The scent embodies modern sophistication and luxury. It's crafted with the same level of care and attention to detail as Stetson's legendary hats and boots, Bob. It also has a high fragrance concentration than typical men's cologne, which means it lasts a long time, unlike Brandon. The bottle looks and feels really expensive, so it's a call to action. Listen up, y'all. Stetson Legend Cologne's available at Walmart, in stores, and online for only $39.98. Just watched No Country for Old Men again the other night.
That was excellent, yeah.
And I could listen to Tommy Lee Jones and Josh Brolin deliver their lines in that movie forever. Tommy Lee's little homespun quips are so hard. Like, they would be so hard to pull off when you read the script, but he fucking nails every single one of them.
That's Adam Driver in that one?
No.
Nah.
What?
No.
What'd you just do?
Did I miss a joke?
No,
Yeah,
I was fucking
just
around.
being that guy. College football. There are a couple things here.
Yeah.
I want you to bring what you brought to the fore.
Well, this was Ebo, actually. I'll give Ebo credit here.
I didn't see it on the sheet. It's not on the sheet.
It's not on the sheet. I don't know why it's not on the sheet. Oh, it's on the back.
There's a back?
Yeah. How about that?
Come on, bro.
All right, so this is PFF put out their top 10 head coaches in college football.
Yep.
For this year. So I do this every year too, so I want to see there. So they got have you got the graphic so I can just read along with it? You don't. Okay. No. So number 10, they've got
Go to Max Chadwick's Twitter.
Kurt Signetti, number 10. Brian Kelly, number 9.
Mm-hmm.
James Franklin, 8. Kalen DeBoer, 7. Steve Sarkisian, 6. Marcus Freeman, 5. Dan Lanning, 4. Dabo Sweeney, 3.
Dabo is back.
Ryan Day, 2, and Kirby Smart, 1. Now I think there's a couple of guys that are not put on this list because they're at programs that aren't Georgia's and Ohio State's. Like, I think Kyle Whittingham, even though last year was a down year, should be on this list every single year. I think he is a top 10 coach on an annual basis. I think Chris Kleiman from Kansas State is another guy who's historically should be around this list.
I mean,
Brian Kelly has no business on this list.
Rhett Lashley's numbers would put him sniffing this list.
Brian Kelly,
John Summerall from Tulane.
Brian Kelly's history at Notre Dame, which I think now looks worse in hindsight is a big statement, but it took Marcus Freeman 3 years to reach.
Do the same thing that Brian Kelly.
Do the exact same thing. Took him 3 years.
But in the NIL era.
Sure, and that's fine, but that's the era that we're in, so that's what we're judging.
That's fair.
And
but I think it's worth pointing out.
But I don't think anything about the job he's done at LSU warrants, and he's been there going into his 4th year. I don't think anything about the job he's done at LSU warrants him being a top 10 coach in the nation.
Well, it's
he's taken an 11-1 program, a 10-2 program, and gone 9-3 or 8-4 every year.
No, it's wild. Like, why would you have the winningest active coach in college football in the top 10 list? I don't know.
So there you go. You're basing it on. Are we talking about the coach they were, or the coach they are? Because the coach he is not a top 10 coach. He has not done a top 10 job at LSU.
No. I am going to. This is his last stand. He's already bumped down to 8. Remember when he got the job?
Yeah.
He was consensus top 5.
Sure.
So he's already been dinged. This is his last opportunity. If LSU does not make the playoff this year, you should never believe in Brian Kelly again. For what it's worth, I still do. He's a coach who's won 70% of his games.
I'd rather have Whittingham than Kelly. I'd rather have Kleiman than Kelly. I'd rather have Kurt Signetti than Kelly. I'd rather have Lane Kiffin than Brian Kelly.
Whittingham and Kelly. Nah, but see, why? Lane always fucks it up in an even bigger way.
That's fine, but I feel like doing it at Ole Miss is more impressive than doing it at LSU.
So this is very similar to your Vitello J. Johnson piece, where
take
over something and build it up from the ground up versus going into something that should be more ready-made.
You can't have it both ways.
He took over a disastrous LSU program.
If he were... That's overstating it. If this man and by the way, y'all do this too. Every time they talk about Brian Kelly taking over LSU, y'all reduce the number of scholarship players he had.
They only had 27.
Only had 27 scholarship players. Bull fucking shit. Y'all do that every time. It'll be 25. Then it'll be 20. They only had 22 scholarship players. No, what?
No. Okay, so the number.
We're also in the transfer portal.
The number that gets thrown around is 39.
Right, which is bullshit.
But actually,
you had a whole class going out.
Well, that was just for the bowl game. On the bowl game.
It was during COVID when everybody had that. Yeah. Anyway. I think Brian Kelly historically is a very good coach. I don't think he's done a top 10 job at LSU. He just hasn't.
I think, though, his resume, they also haven't completely fallen apart.
No, they haven't.
So, and he won a Heisman. He got the SC. He's been to Atlanta there. Like, I think he's done enough to be a fringe top 10 guy. I have no problem if you even want to bump him down to 10.
You think he should be ahead of Kurt Signetti, who did it at JMU? Then
I don't care. I think he's in the top 10. I could put Signetti in front of me fine. I love Signetti. I was a fucking. You're the Indiana hater.
I'm not a hater. I just tell the truth about him.
No, I tell the truth about him. You say what's easy. You say what everybody thinks.
No, I don't. Nobody. I get killed for this Indiana thing.
No, because you think they weren't good.
That's not. They were a good team who had the season they had because of their schedule.
They were a great team.
They weren't a great team.
They deserved to be a playoff team.
That's fine. You can say that, but they weren't a great team. The second they got on the field with a great team, they got exposed twice.
They lost to the two teams that played in the Natty. But okay, the point is,
those are great teams.
Brian Kelly's done enough.
Yeah, sure.
To stay in the top 10. But again, this is the last stand.
How has he done enough, T-Bob? He loses the season opener every year. He goes 9-3, goes 8-4 to a place that ought to be 11-1 every year.
6-2 in the SEC his first year. It's very hard to do. They brought in another Heisman. They went to Atlanta. They beat Alabama. Like, it's not been perfect. It's not been great.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been disastrous.
I also think Kalen DeBoer at 7 is pretty crazy.
I was thinking that as well.
Kalen DeBoer was a fucking disaster last year.
Disaster.
He was a disaster. They went 9-3 with undefeated talent. They lost to Vanderbilt and Alabama. They got destroyed by Oklahoma, a bad Oklahoma team. This is a guy that
but who would you put over?
This team and this roster was in the playoff 2 years ago. He turned them into a 9-3 team.
Yeah.
I like a lot of guys that are just off of this list. Like
Hugh Freeze. I agree.
Yeah. No. I think Lane.
Deion Sanders.
Listen,
Sanders, I agree.
I hate Ole Miss. That is established, right?
Yeah.
There's just no way Lane Kiffin's not a top 10 coach in this country right now. Lane Kiffin's a top 10 coach, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I mean, honestly, though you can.
I think if Lane Kiffin were at LSU, y'all would have won a national title last week.
You can ding him for some massive.
He underachieved last year.
Fuck ups.
He underachieved last year.
But combined with the context of Ole Miss, it's kind of what they do. Like, it's impossible for them to get to Atlanta. Like, I'll never forget the Arkansas 4th and 5, throw behind 25. The head. Oh, it was 4th and 25. Yeah, So, I could be willing to entertain that but I still wouldn't put Lane over any of these guys.
Now we're picking nits. We're obviously picking nits here, but why in the world is Marcus Freeman ranked ahead of Steve Sarkisian?
He's hot in the streets.
I know he's hot in the streets. He went to the national championship game last year.
Yeah,
that's because he played Ohio State after Texas did.
Well,
and he's also hot.
And also, he's got a little bit of, you want to talk about taking over a good situation, he's got a little bit of Ryan Day in him, whereas Sark took over a Texas program that couldn't get out of its own way. Now, granted, Sark did have the massive advantage in NIL, which has changed the game for Texas, but still, he took over a Texas program that was just a wildly consistent disaster.
They've been to 2 straight playoffs. They were...
Yeah.
I
could see that.
They made the Final Four last year. They happened to play Ohio State in the semis as opposed to playing them in the finals like Notre Dame. Both were going to lose to them. So I don't know. I think Steve Sarkisian, I would have him above Marcus Freeman. I'd have Marcus Freeman top 10. I think, you know who the guy that gets more credit for the fewest accomplishments, Dan Lanning. This motherfucker gets credit for like being a national title winning coach when he just hasn't really won a goddamn thing. Right?
Yes, but neither is anybody else beneath him.
Yeah.
But I do understand what you're saying, but like there is a clear, like Chadwick obviously put, if you want a natty, you get your thumb on the scale.
Yeah.
And then everybody else is kind of fighting for the scraps. The thing about Lanning, though, and this is a credit to him, he has seemed the most in control of the chaos of the modern setting. How he has managed Oregon, the consistency through which he's built him. Again, though, I don't want to belabor any points, but like, there's a reason why this is a common denominator. He's got a blank check from Phil Knight.
Yeah.
So like again, if like have we have truly learned in the NIL era, like your best friend is a billionaire booster.
I mean, who's the better example than Kirby Smart? Georgia came in the game throwing money around like nobody's business. Kirby Smart jumps to the top of the head coaching list. Pound for pound, is he a better coach than some of these guys? Absolutely not. But he knew how to manage and get his roster to where it needed.
You don't think Kirby, because he did it previously? You don't think Kirby's better than these guys?
No, because to me, okay, Kirby did it at the tail end of the last era.
Yeah,
and Kirby knew how to. Kirby was able to assemble a roster, however he did it, that was miles above everybody else. When the NIL came and evened out the landscape, he hasn't been at that top level.
But has
no.
Listen, because they don't spend as much.
They
don't spend as much.
I'd have Kirby probably one. So, but I'm just doing.
I can't go Ryan Day 1 yet.
I think the top 3 is correct.
Yes.
Kirby Smart 1, Ryan Day 2, Dabo Swinney 3. Now I would probably switch.
We would have never said that about Dabo though going into last season when he was.
Oh no, I had him very high last year because
okay.
Once the Clemson fans turned on him a couple years ago, I was like, let's stop the madness.
Dabo
is
should be thanking
fucking
Tyler.
Amazing.
Yeah, Tyler from Spartanburg.
Yeah, Dabo should be thanking him. He turned his life around. He turned Dabo's life around.
Can I float some names at you that are like at maybe smaller programs who do incredible jobs coaching who deserve more credit than the guys that maybe are just at Blue Blood?
Because
Jeff Brom is like maybe the most he's incredibly underrated with the job he's done.
I need him to break through before we.
He won at Purdue and he's been very Louisville has been very very consistently competitive.
This is a big year for his perception because
Yes,
I think they could take a step forward.
So I guess more so guys that you could see jumping into this echelon of coaches. So Jeff Brom, maybe Mike Elko, who we've seen, he's going to be taking over at Texas A&M.
I'll be damned if I didn't support Elko so hard only for him to do the same Texas 8-4 thing that A&M always does.
Matt Campbell has got to be somewhere around this conversation. He's constantly got Iowa State in the mix.
Also, PJ Fleck, I know Minnesota hasn't been as successful, but I think it is kind of crazy that they've at least been bowl eligible for as long as he's been there, and I think that's at least an impressive coaching job. Maybe not like a top 10, top 15.
Yeah, I was going to say that's just a different thing than what we're talking about. PJ Fleck's a damn good college football coach, but that's like that. He's kind of more in the line. Like if you wanted to tier the grouping of like Kleiman and I guess you could throw Campbell in there. These guys that have maybe been in a school with less resources, kind of some built-in ceilings, but have still done probably maybe the best you could do.
But isn't that more impressive, like being constrained by your resources and still achieving incredible heights? Like Kalen DeBoer
have a very nuanced conversation. Yeah, but Kalen DeBoer did at Washington. Crazy things.
Yeah.
Crazy things at Washington.
Sure.
And at Fresno he was good.
Sure.
Biggest snubs are Whittingham who I think just should be there.
Because he's been insanely. I mean, last year was
insanely consistent. Yeah,
insanely consistent.
He rode the Cam Rising train too long, and then just didn't really change.
Yeah, they kind of got screwed by their quarterback situation.
Yeah,
last year.
the last 2 years
they didn't have anyone that could throw the ball at all. I think Devin Dampier.
But that's also on him. You can't trust Cam Rising to be healthy at that point.
And then Lane Kiffin, I think, is a big step too.
What does it say about a guy like Lincoln Riley, who on this list absolutely would have been on there just 2 or 3 years ago, and we haven't even brought him up?
Says he's not nearly as good a coach as we thought he was.
Bro, and I was thinking Luke Fickell.
Yeah, now that's somebody who hasn't gotten it going the way I thought he would get it going.
No. Now, but the Wisconsin job was always weird to take. I thought.
I
know it was a big job.
I thought it made sense to take. I mean, he was at Cincinnati. Like he needed to get back in the mix, but
But it
maybe
like
there just
been
is
up for like Alabama if he had held out or something potentially.
Fair enough.
Like he had that level of cachet going. So when he was like, "Fuck it, I'm taking Wisconsin," it kind of felt like he was finally just like, "Whatever, I'm sick of waiting."
Well, it's so hard to take a Wisconsin job because the style of play is so prevalent there and so key to what they've always done. No matter what, they've had a tough defense, huge offensive line, great running game. He comes in, wants to spread it out and do all these things.
Fucking insanity.
You just need to accept that Wisconsin is one of those places that needs to win this way.
Yeah.
There's a reason they have won this way. It's the only way they can win. So, oh God.
I have a question for you, a coaching related question.
Yeah,
for
please.
Tied back to this. What are the odds we're sitting here July 9th, 2026, and we're saying Bill Belichick is one of the 10 best coaches in college football? What are the odds?
None.
I would say if I'm doing gambling odds on that, I would say 75-1.
What would Bill Belichick have to do in year one at UNC for you to go, oh, this is not a catastrophic failure?
I mean, if he goes 9-3 or 10-2 and is in the
like he's still got it,
because the ACC last year was a race until the very end. If he's in that race in November,
we've seen Mac Brown make an ACC championship recently with UNC, and it was good, but nobody thought that Mac Brown was great.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but he had that.
Right,
he had that crazy run of quarterbacks. He had the two quarterbacks in a row. The say their names. Somebody say that. Drake May was one, and then the other one before him.
Oh my God.
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell. Thank you very much. Yeah, the crazy run of quarterbacks. And the ACC was exceptional. The ACC is going to be pretty good this year.
So wait, can you pull the schedule back up and just go from the start, TJ?
And this is
so TCU's a tough matchup.
I think this is a hilarious opening matchup. Do you remember Dion's first game at Colorado? It was TCU.
Put him over.
Yeah. So and he got them at the exact right time because they were nowhere near the team they were the year before, but they were still a big name.
This is two teams last year that could score with the best of them but couldn't play zero defense. That game might be 60-50.
Speaking of lightning in a bottle, Sonny Dykes.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that was just one of those. That was one of those freak things. That team was an 8-4 team that somehow, some way went 12-0. Let's see, Charlotte. That would be a hilarious one for him to lose. They're playing Charlotte at Charlotte. Of course, that is still a North Carolina home game. Richmond, UCF, Clemson. Is it at UCF?
That UCF game could be tough.
Bounce House.
They officially named it the Bounce House.
Oh,
right?
really?
Yeah, they changed the name from whatever it was. Now it is called
Candlestick.
the Bounce House.
Now it's called the Bounce House.
Yeah, it was Candlestick. You're right. I think it was the Saddle Dome.
I don't know.
No, you're thinking of Calgary.
Oh, Calgary.
Have you ever seen the movie Candle Shoe with Jodie Foster?
No.
Oh.
Are you thinking of Nell?
Is it Candlestick?
You're thinking of Nell?
Maybe it is Candlestick.
You're thinking of Nell.
No, Candle Shoe. It's a good movie.
Candle Shoe. That doesn't
Maybe
make
it's
sense.
Candlestick. I think it's called Candlestick.
What is Candle Shoe?
I don't know.
Candle Shoe.
It is.
It is Candle Shoe?
1977, a family comedy.
Yeah, it's very good.
You just dropped a movie from 1977?
It's a kid. It was at the. It was an old VHS that we used to watch growing up at the lake.
Yeah.
You're so. See, sometimes.
Acrisure Bounce House.
You drop your little.
Wait, what was it before?
Yes, I am a look. I do not hide from my privilege.
They had
I'm a spoiled little silver spoon bitch.
But the way you said it was VHS. What makes you sound poor, and then you said, "Well, we watched the VHS at the lake house."
Yeah, because like
was it Lake Lanier?
No. This
You're lucky you didn't drown.
This is Toledo Bend. This is where we were just. I know a lot of people drown in Lake Lanier. No, this is where we were just recently. I got a terrible ear infection.
Why do so many people drown in Lake Lanier?
A bit haunted.
The theory that it's built on a town.
Well, a lot of these southern lakes are, right? Like even Toledo Bend, the reason why it's so good for bass fishing is because it's a man-made lake. But then in the midst of clearing it out, it's like a 5-year plan. But like a year into the plan, they got a 100-year flood. Mm-hmm. And so at the bottom of it, it's just forest and towns and excavating equipment.
I made the lake bigger than they thought it was going to be?
Yeah, well, like the flood did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, it's great for fishing because there's like forests all down there.
All right.
What were you saying about Bill Belichick?
What were you saying about Bill Belichick?
What does he got to do this year for you to look at UNC, look at him, and say like, all right, this is working?
Put a scare into Clemson, win 9 games.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll.
Can they win 9 games?
And with no, this is the key, with no girlfriend controversies, with no like moments where she steps on the field or she walks in the press conference or as long as he has like coaching and no girlfriend controversies, I think we can actually lock in on the fact that he's a good college football coach.
I think there's a chance she has a headset on the sideline. Yeah. I think there's a pretty good chance that
We're
at some point she has a headset.
We hadn't had it. She hadn't shown up in a couple months.
They've been quiet.
Here's the problem with Belichick is the difference in the NFL and college as a player is in the NFL, you have to meet the coaches where they exist mentally. Because if you can't, there are a line of guys outside that are basically just as good physically as you. Mm-hmm. Like it might be just a smidge worse, but it's an infinitesimal. Like it doesn't matter. But if they know what to do, they're going to play. So this allows NFL coaches to be these scheme geniuses and run these uber complicated teams. To be a great college coach, you have to create a system that anybody can learn, that has to appear complex, but is simple to the student. And I have major doubts about Belichick, a notorious, like, meet me where I'm at mentally or your ass is out the door. I am really questioning whether or not he can dumb it down and lower himself to a college roster.
Well, let me counter that. Okay, so his defensive coordinator is Steve, right?
Yeah.
They brought in Steve Belichick to be he's been in the college game. He was at Washington.
Yeah.
He is familiar with how to do this. Does
Yes.
Steve help Belichick, help Bill meet these guys in the middle? Or does he just turn it all over to Steve and say, you're the defensive guy, I'm just the CEO? I doesn't feel like Bill Belichick's ever going to be like, I'm the CEO, you handle everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is a potential path to him successfully figuring it out. I maybe have my doubts about such a notorious control freak being that laissez-faire with the entire
Have you seen
deal.
how delightful that first weekend looks with LSU comes in with
it's just
Notre Dame, Miami. You got Belichick's debut on Monday night. Sunday you got a couple of other. That might be mine.
Who's the Ireland game?
Oh, it's a Farmageddon. It's Kansas State, Iowa State.
What?
Yeah, we're sending that. We're shipping that over there. Is that Farmageddon, by the way?
With SmackDown the night before?
Okay, have you seen this?
What?
The Big 12 and WWE came together and made a deal that WWE is going to put Friday Night SmackDown in 3 or 4 Big 12 towns the night before a game. I think this is.
Dude, that's
I never thought about this, but why in the world don't more schools put huge like concerts or something Friday night before a Saturday game? So 3 times, Friday, August 22nd in Dublin, Iowa State, Kansas State the next day. October 3rd, it's in Cincinnati, Iowa State, Cincinnati the next day. Then it's in Tempe, Arizona with Arizona State, Houston the next day. And then Halloween, it's in Salt Lake City, Cincinnati, Utah the next day. Now, Cincinnati and Salt Lake City are big enough cities where I don't even know if that's going to make a dent. But like a college town having a huge something come through the Friday night, that's a no-brainer and should happen all the time.
So, correct me if I'm wrong here, but and again, shout out to Brett Yormark. I don't agree with the preseason ranking things, but he has been fantastically creative in this modern age as their commissioner. But last year, didn't Cam Scadaboo win a WWE belt? Yeah, there it is. Like a WWE sponsored Big 12, but it was the most perfect thing I've ever seen. He was the Monster
There's
Energy.
The fucking Undertaker next to
he was the Monster Energy Big 12 championship player of the game, holding up a WWE sponsored Big 12 belt.
Yeah, they have
and it's Cam Scadaboo.
I think it's kind of stupid for the MVP to get a WWE style belt. I mean, it does look awesome, but who would want that? Who would want to like put that in the studio? Who would want to have that?
I didn't realize that. So that Fran got the belt.
Yeah, and you think she's putting the Chicks in the Office background? No, I would have had it hanging right here.
Well, she's probably wearing it
right here.
All y'all who voted are wrong for that. That's fucked up. Just to spite Brandon.
Yeah, you're communists or
That's
Nazis.
fucked up.
Or what's the political thing today?
I had something else.
Frackers.
About.
Congrats to Angel Reese.
Thank you, TJ.
She is on the cover of
Yes.
NBA 2K. So
Massive.
we're just not taking this game seriously
coming
anymore.
out.
Yeah, dude, same day. What a day for Angel Reese.
Yep.
The Angel Reese ones come out with Reebok.
Well, and she had this awesome.
Then fucking white boy Rick, this snake.
She slapped her coach yesterday?
How many likes did that get, TJ? Yeah, of course it did. 350,000 views. White boy Rick has found a market just to shit on Angel Reese.
It's it's a
Pretty profitable, it seems.
yeah
Yeah, and pretty
fertile soil.
fertile soil.
She
There
played
you
a
go.
great game yesterday.
Why are they playing?
No,
games
she's
in the
playing
middle of the
awesome,
day?
but like
Why'd she
Caitlin
slap her
Clark
coach?
And
That's
Angel
probably a
Reese
camp
stuff
day.
is fertile.
The
I mean,
Fever are
we've-
playing right now.
Brandon's,
Also, they played that game in Fairfax, Virginia, not in D.C.
Nobody cares.
Brandon's tilled those farms.
Sure. What have?
No, he's a
The-
rival farmer.
I'm saying
Oh, yeah.
both the Angel Reese
I'll go to the Caitlin Clark
and
well and
Caitlin
draw some
Clark.
water
Yeah, that's
all
what
the
I'm
time.
saying. Both those are fertile lands.
If I get thirsty, I go to the Caitlin Clark well and pull up a bucket of water and pour it all over everybody.
Check the box scores.
Yeah. Angel Reese, fiery player.
Kim Mulkey, it's who she learned it from.
Probably.
She
She did that.
The
she
worst
did that,
person
she did
in
that this
sports.
season. Not you are so fucking
An
wrong.
asshole.
Do you know how much you would love Kim Mulkey? if
Probably a
you met
lot,
her?
but she's an asshole.
Nah, she's a bad asshole.
Hey.
Do you think we get her in here?
Hey,
I could definitely get Coach Mulkey.
I don't think
if she ever came to
Buddy,
Chicago, 1,000% Coach
T-Bob,
Mulkey.
I don't think you could.
Coach Mulkey's my partner.
I don't think you could override the hatred LSU women's basketball has for Barstool Sports. It is significant. It is significant. Something
No,
about
I even
some things
used to-
our bosses said.
I even used to have to run interference at my radio station back home. She called me all pissed off, like, oh, he's an old man. I don't know. he's a shock jock.
Uh,
By the way, are we working on Ben McDonald? How's Ben McDonald come along? We getting Ben McDonald in here at the end of July?
He so I finally met Ben in person for the first time in Omaha. It was awesome. Been texting, calling, interviewing for years. It was great to see him. I was hammered off my ass. But I'll text. Yeah, he said when he was in Chicago he would come.
I would. I love Ben McDonald. He is like he wasn't
Best
an Oriole
flat
when
top
I
in
was
the
an
country.
Oriole fan. He's become like he's the color commentary guy. He's my favorite. He's
Can
my
we
favorite
ta-
guy in the world.
Can we talk about something? We have a lot of standing when I'm in Chicago. I'll stop bys,
Yeah,
and nobody's ever in Chicago.
yeah. I mean,
We got a ton of when I'm in Chicago's.
Who else we got?
We got Cody Rhodes when I'm in
that's right.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Of course, I guess he was on the show, so that doesn't really
count.
support my point at all.
I know what you're saying though. That's something that's like, or maybe it's just because I'm just moving now. But the amount of times I've like been like, next time you're in Chicago, hit me up with like no real intention of ever hoping that happens.
Yeah.
Now I want these people to show up to come in the studio, but like casually, socially, I've thrown that out a lot lately.
In fact, I need you to
Third biggest city in the country, boys. That's crazy, man.
I need you to get somebody on the show
Yeah, who's that?
tomorrow. Anybody.
Bobby Hebert,
Good.
KG Cannon. He's coming in.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, he's coming in.
Are you
tomorrow.
going to sleep at any point?
After macro, I am going to leave.
What do you mean after macro?
I'm doing macro dosing.
God damn.
So after another 3.5 hours of talking about J.R.R. Tolkien, which to be fair, I mean, like, I'm always going to talk about Tolkien.
He wrote Star Wars? What Tolkien write? Game of Thrones?
Come on, I know you trivia guys. I mean, you ain't gonna rook me.
So he wrote Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon?
They do this bit all the time.
You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
They do this bit all the time.
Is he wrote Star Trek?
Father of modern fantasy. Come on now. Don't play. Don't.
I thought that was like
Don't disrespect the professor.
Started rotisserie
Like,
baseball.
you knew a lot.
Oh,
of
wait,
shit.
this is
Don't-
Bill
where the
James?
where the sidewalk ends. He wrote where the sidewalk
Yeah.
ends.
Whoa! And I know you ain't about to fucking shit on Shel Silverstein.
What?
Hold on.
Oh, who said? I just J.R.R. Tolkien.
He's
wrote
just
where the
saying
sidewalk-
things. He's just saying things.
Like he's got Reese in red.
He might actually hit you.
If you're a dreamer, come in. If you're a dreamer, a wisher, a liar,
Do you have
a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer. If you're a pretender, come sit by my fire. For I've got some flax golden tales to spin. Come in.
Are you if you were to do a Q score
Yeah.
of the amount of jock a person is and the
Yeah.
amount of nerd a person is,
Yeah.
do you think your two bars go higher than everybody else's cumulative bars?
When combined, because I also but But then I also fall short of the mega jock knowledge, and I fall short of the mega nerd knowledge because I've had to clear data for like hard drive space for kind of both.
So-
but if you're combining them, I think I probably have a stronger.
Right. Most people's towers are like
Yes.
sports here, nerddom here.
Yeah.
Connor's nerddom here, sports here.
Yeah.
And you're very tall on both.
Yes, but still not as tall as the tallest. But I mean, that's why I'm a general studies major.
No, that's just because you went to LSU.
No, I
They don't
couldn't.
really
I
care
couldn't
about-
be confined to a single pursuit.
You study generals.
Yes, I needed. I just needed to learn a little bit about everything.
Who's your favorite general?
Could be pigeonholed.
Grievous.
Look at this guy.
Yeah,
Look at
he
this
picks
guy,
his.
man.
Like, he
Look at this
he acts like he doesn't know. He makes the jokes and then he
Fuck
throws
yeah.
in these things. And
I'm talking about. What are you talking about?
You ever see the old Clone Wars animated cartoon by the Samurai Jack people when Mace Windu crushes General Grievous' chest?
Samurai Jack is cool.
Samurai Jack's cool as fuck. Very.
Are you talking about Kangaroo Jack?
No,
Oh
Samurai Jack.
Was Kangaroo Jack a real show, or was that just from Big Daddy? That was a real
no,
show.
Kangaroo Jack.
Samurai Jack
That's
is
Jerry O'Connell.
it's a movie.
Oh, okay. I don't
That's
know
a
what-
friend of the program.
Samurai Jack is allegedly in the same universe.
Oh, I'm thinking about Captain
Powerpuff
Kangaroo.
Girls.
Thinking about
Captain
Captain
Kangaroo's hold on.
I never saw Captain Kangaroo.
That's a real thing.
Okay. I just only saw it through Big Daddy.
Smoking cigarettes and watching Captain Kangaroo.
Should we watch the video of the kangaroo and the dude squaring up?
Yeah,
This looks horrible.
it was the
a
70s.
different
Everybody
time.
looked bad then. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I could probably look like that in about 5 minutes.
Well, I was about to say that
It
is
wouldn't take me long to look like that.
that is Brandon's high school haircut.
Yeah, that's not. You give me a comb and maybe 2 minutes, I'll look like that in a second.
God, the amount of cocaine that was going on in the 70s.
Captain Kangaroo was
That man is fueled
Mr. Green Jeans.
So is that
by booger sugar.
is that sideburns or is that hair?
That's all of it. It's all of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's incredible.
It sure is, TJ.
Oh my god,
Look at him there. That's way too close to me.
that guy would work here, and if he was alive in 2025.
He'd be a gambling influencer.
Yeah.
You want to end with a kangaroo squaring up with a guy?
I love that video.
We could also do house.
Do what?
Let's do Housel.
Oh, let's do
Let's do Housel. We haven't done Housel all
Housel.
week.
Wild Wednesdays.
Also, announcement in 30 minutes. The Czech national lacrosse team will be taking on Poland. You can watch it on YouTube.
The Czechs and the Poles.
Yes. I feel like Poland has a massive advantage seeing as they use poles in lacrosse.
Yeah.
Good point.
Probably going to be distracted.
But although you can check in lacrosse as well.
I'll be
so-
goddamn.
Malasek texted us and said that he thinks it's going to be a good game because the Polish team is mostly American. To which I mentally respond, is he not American as well? Like,
Well, see, but
Czech versus Pole.
Ebo, you forget.
you check your poll?
One thing about Malasek's team is they check all the boxes.
Yeah.
Hey now.
Complete team.
Would you rather check a poll or poll a Czech?
Don't rim shot.
How do you poll a Czech?
You go to the Czech Republic and you
Oh,
start
I'd rather
asking
poll a
questions?
Czech, almost certainly. Why would you check a poll?
I'd love to check. Dude, are you kidding me?
Checking polls? Like I'm gonna say, hey, let me see your poll.
Yes. Every time a celebrity dick drops, I'm immediately on Twitter looking at
Yeah.
the thing.
So it's a good question.
I'd rather poll a Czech.
I'm a curious little cock cat.
Find Housel. Let's do Housel to get out of here.
me Whiskers.
Oh,
This one is presented by.
not a trick question, Doctor. Would you eat the moon?
How do we get
I made a spare ribs.
How do we get presented by Mostly Sports?
presented by Brandon Walker?
And it's just like it's Brandon's house.
All right, so this is a super
One of
nice
them.
house, but
Wait, okay.
we have no clues on what the neighborhood might be.
What are
Texas.
Wild Wednesdays? These are crazy prices.
It's Wild Wednesday.
I think it's maybe
Or
out in the
anything.
woods. It's a farmhouse. For
It's
sure.
a really pretty house. 3-car garage. We got a little bonus room here. Maybe that's a
Car garage.
maybe that's a mud room. Maybe that's a mother-in-law suite. I don't know what that room's doing over there.
Cuck room.
I don't love the turning space to get into
No.
the garage. That's a bad.
Also, are they?
No, you can't get a big truck.
that
in there.
Is my
Tree out.
perspective thrown off, or are those slim as well? Like bad turning speed.
I think they're slim. Especially that one closest to the house. That feels like those. Yeah, that one closest to the house is.
You would have to back into that.
Yeah, I don't know. They're trying to jam too much in here, so I don't think there's a lot of land here. I think we're on about like a quarter of an acre.
Really?
So it doesn't look like much, does it? Look how jammed in the house is.
Is that
Yeah, I
a
guess
front
that's
door that almost looks like the back of the house? No, that's a weird like a.
I don't love
It's
it.
an all glass front door, which you don't see very often.
But that speaks to having.
Give me that big window on top of the front door. Let's see what's going on there. I love a big window, but that's not big enough.
Especially now.
This does look like the back of a house, doesn't it?
Yeah, that looks like looks like
No shutters,
But there's isn't but
but this is.
That doesn't look like the front of a house.
Give me. We can do another clue, right? We can do another picture, or
We got to
Gotta
guess.
guess.
All right, let's go. It is Texas. Let's go 800K.
I'll go 875.
Too low. Negative Ghost Rider. The price is.
All right. Next clue.
Whoa.
All right. Well, now we got something.
Fuck me in the ass.
Yeah, that's crazy. Look at the windows here, the lighting.
This is a weird ass house.
It is
Wild Wednesday.
No diving board. though?
jammed into a neighborhood.
Is that another house?
Yeah, it's another
That's
house.
another
So
property line?
again, not a lot of acreage here, but they're doing what they can with it.
Take care of your grass.
That's a lot of glass.
Love the glass looking out in the backyard.
Holy.
Let me see the fencing. Good solid. Oh yeah, that's good fencing.
But it's like not.
It's not,
Nice.
but it
But that's a lot of grass for like Texas.
also this is like West. I think this is like El Paso because they're barely growing grass.
Probably dry season.
Is that
Yeah.
a neighbor?
That's a neighbor, yeah.
That's way too open of a house.
So I'm still not going very
yeah,
high.
too much glass.
Let's go one
That
point. Let's,
little fucking window.
that's a bathroom. Let's go 1.2.
Brandon, you.
Oh no, this is Austin. Wait,
This is Austin.
Austin, Texas.
Oh fuck! I didn't. Okay, never mind. Back it up. All right, 3.5.
This might be like Westlake.
18
This might be
million.
like no, yeah. T-Bob might be like
Oh, for real? I was just joking.
there's
Said
some
18 million.
there are some neighborhoods in Austin where you're getting in the tens.
But I don't think this is one of those. This neighborhood is just jammed in
Not
there.
with grass like that. You can't have
all right,
grass.
all right, all right.
3.5.
Too low.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
Oh.
This is 10. This is 8.
Wait, do those trees match the backyard?
Let's roll with Ebo here.
This is 8 digits.
Ebo has a
You
real
going 8 digits?
This is 8.
Ebo, this is your guess.
This is
6-7.
this is 10-5.
Oh, 10.5. That's got to be high.
God.
Oh man.
Too high.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, now we know. So
Insanity back in the world.
Connor, you're up next. 3.5 too low, 10.5 too high.
6 beds, 5.5 baths.
Okay.
Okay.
Everything's nice.
5,500 square feet.
Everything's nice.
It's a big house.
It's a big fucking house.
How many square feet did you say?
5,500.
See, I'm thrown off because originally I was with you, Brandon. I thought it was like 800K. Fuck me.
Them giving the city second is bullshit.
I'll
So if
go.
it was Austin. All right.
Maybe if you were a better geoguesser like the rainbow guy.
The glass.
This is 6.
He's not guessing. He just
Don't
farms
do it. Don't do it.
6?
7?
No. Stop.
Ebo, you've had your
Stop.
guess.
Sit.
No.
I kind of like.
6, 7.
I'll go my height. I'll
The
go
answer's
6'2".
obvious.
6'2".
I like that guess.
7-2.
Too high.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
shit.
All right.
It's between 3.5 and 6.2. So not
5-4.
All right. T-Bob, take us home here.
Less than half an acre.
I knew that. I had the acreage right off the jump.
You did have that. Okay, so then actually less than half a year. Let's go
Hate the interior.
4-8.
All right. 4.8. I like that. 4.8.
Too high. Between 3.5.
Oh,
and
oh.
4.8.
All right. So maybe just 4. 4 flat.
Last guess.
That's
3-car garage.
that's-
We knew that already.
That's beautiful.
That's a great vanity, right, Brandon?
I don't know that tub matches that bathroom.
Hate
No.
the fucking
The
wood.
vanity is nice though.
Yeah, that looks like a Walmart thing.
Hate the wood.
Like double sinks.
Good double sinks. I'll give you that. But again, doesn't the wood look cheap? It looks
Yeah,
like
the wood
hospital
looks-
wood.
Need dark wood.
Yeah, also.
Pause.
Yeah.
Go 4. Go 4. 3.9. 4 flat. 4 flat.
We won.
Hey.
Hey, all right.
Let's go.
Got there. God damn, I love
Got
household.
the exact price.
Household.
Yes.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow. You gonna be here
Yeah, I'll be here.
with the Cajun Cannon
Yeah.
Bobby Haybear?
Yeah, that's right. I'll probably. Is it okay if he sits on most of the show?
He can do whatever he wants. He's
Okay,
Bobby
yeah.
Haybear.
Cool.
Man was quarterback when I came of age. The man was a legend.
Hell yeah.
Whoa, look at
I'm
that.
excited for y'all to chop
Holy
it up.
smokes, look at this closet.
I got a closet like that.
All right.
That's why you got to move to Wisconsin.
All right, that's the show.
Congrats to Angel Reese. That's how ball's done.
No, we're not using that moment for Angel Reese.
Congrats, Kim Mulkey. That's how ball's done.
family, 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 family.